Oh yes, you're welcome back to African Colonization TV and Biafran history. In today's video, let's look into the thing that is going on in Opobo Kingdom that is located in River State, the Ijaw. So, the issue concerning language, changing of language, and making sure that they start teaching Ijaw language in Opobo right now, and the new chief, the new king, the elect, and that already start enforcing teaching of languages in Opobo, and removing Igbo as their main language, and start teaching Ijaw as their main language. So don't skip any part of it, because the video, everybody need to watch it so that you will understand the foundation of Opobo, the grassroots, and where all those things started from. Because sometimes when people don't know where they are coming from, it will be very difficult for them to know where they are going. So according to the headline, it says changing the language of Opobo Kingdom from Igbo to Ijaw cannot remove the Igbo identity of Opobo people. So as you can see, they are trying to change the Igbo language from Opobo people, and then start teaching them Ijaw, and you will know and you will now understand the Ijaw, where it comes from, and the Opobo, where it comes from, and the reason why the name Opobo is out. That then people start using it. So this brother is going to explain to us a lot of things that is happening in Opobo Kingdom, in River State, and also in Ijaw, as you can see. And as you can see, things going on in Nigeria right now, because everybody is now trying to belong into one group or another. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see things happening in Biafra land.
5 points of this present administration. I made it public here on the 3rd of January that the Bani language will be vigorously pursued and revived in Opobo Kingdom. So we give you all the supports, and it will gladden the heart of Alabo Professor Dagogo Michael Fubara in his lifetime that the Bani language, especially in Opobo and Boni, is revived. He had done so much to it. I recognize that, and I give him that, dedicate this program, this one now, to him. So if you are doing any write-up, please dedicate this project to Alabo Professor and others who have done so much in the past. We wish you well. We will give you every support. In fact, I will direct the Alapo and the heads of Polo and working houses to please announce it in their various meetings of this month that Opobo will start the Bani language by the help of the University of Science and Technology and TED Fund. We will contribute if the funds that, as my sister mentioned, that is quite inadequate. The kingdom will, as a milestone, seeing what we are doing, we will make out the budget to make sure that we support you. Thank you very much for coming.
The man that spoke in that video is called Alabo Charles Mark Pepple Jaja. He is the king-elect of Opobo Kingdom. He is the 6th king that Opobo Kingdom have produced. He said that they will introduce Ibani language in Opobo Kingdom. Ibani is a dialect of Ijaw language. Opobo is an Igbo kingdom located in River State, very close to the Atlantic Ocean. The language of Opobo is Igbo. Majority of Opobo people speak Igbo language. Now let's talk about the history of Opobo. Who founded Opobo? Listen and pay attention. Mbanaso Okwara Ozurumba was born around 1820 in Amaibo, modern day southeastern Nigeria. Amaibo is an Igbo community located in Imo State. By the age of 12, he was kidnapped and enslaved. Mbanaso rose through society, gaining a reputation of being honest and of keeping his word and becoming a successful businessman. His business dealings included working with the British. He was chosen as chief. He had the title of Juboga, which his kinsmen shortened to Jojo, and Europeans shortened to Jaja. What they said there is the brief history of the man that founded Opobo Kingdom in Rivers State. The man that founded Opobo Kingdom is called Mbanaso Okwara Ozurumba. He is later called Jaja. That King Jaja of Opobo that you are hearing, now that Mbanaso and Igbo man that they talk about. This was how he founded Opobo. They said Jaja was originally born Juboga, born in Umuduroha, Ama Igbo, in Igbo land, and sold at age 12 as a slave in Boni. He later took the name Jaja for his dealings with the British. He proved his aptitude for business at an early age, earning his way out of slavery, and was enculturated according to Ijaw Ibane rituals, and eventually established himself as head of the Ana People House. Astute in business and politics, Jaja became the head of Ana People House, extending its activities and influence by absorbing other houses, increasing operations in the hinterland, and augmenting the number of European contacts. Soon, a power struggle ensued among rival factions in the houses at Boni, leading to the breakaway of the faction led by Jaja. He established a new settlement which he named Opobo. He became King Jaja of Opobo and declared himself independent of Boni. King Jaja, an Igbo man, founded a new settlement and called it Opobo, and became the first king of Opobo Kingdom. Opobo Kingdom was founded in year 1870 by King Jaja of Opobo. This new king of Opobo Kingdom, he traces his ancestry direct to King Jaja of Opobo. Now, King Jaja bloodline nine this king be. And the blood in this new king of Opobo is Igbo blood, because their founder is Igbo and their origin is Igbo. After he was elected as the new king of Opobo Kingdom, he's saying that he wants to make sure that Ibani language, which is an Ijaw dialect, he wants to make sure that it will be introduced in Opobo Kingdom. Make Opobo children start to learn Ijaw language for school, so that with time, the Igbo language where Opobo people they speak go into extinction. His agenda is to wipe out the language of his ancestry. Can you imagine? Language where your papa they speak from Imo State, him ancestral home. Your papa come found new settlements, call am Opobo. The language where Opobo people they speak today, now the language where their founder, King Jaja, they speak. When King Jaja founded Opobo Kingdom, he came along with other Igbo people. That time for all those areas, now slavery, now be markets for that place. Igbo people were captured and sold into slavery. So people for all those places, now them they buy all those our Igbo people. So when King Jaja founded Opobo Kingdom, all those Igbo people where be say they sell them into slavery. All of them come follow King Jaja, settle for Opobo Kingdom. Their language is Igbo language. So now why did they speak that Igbo language reach today? But some false historians will tell you that the reason why Opobo is speaking Igbo language is because Igbo people in the southeast in those days are coming to trade in Opobo Kingdom. And that was why they no longer speak Ibani dialects. They are now speaking Igbo language. Bunch of lies. The first king of Opobo Kingdom is an Igbo man. New settlement where he found. Now when they talk, say, that settlement not be Igbo settlements. Now, his own bloodline, that is now the king of Opobo Kingdom, is trying to erase the language of his father and replace it with Ijaw language. The king of Opobo, whether you like it or not, you Opobo people are fake Ijaw people. Ijaw people don't see you Opobo people as Ijaw people. Like I said, whether you like it or not, you people are fake Ijaws. This is what Wike said. The news was carried by Daily Post newspaper. This is what Wike said. He said, I was told to make Ijaw man governor, not someone from Opobo. Wike slams Fubara. Listen, pay attention. The minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has said that the original Ijaw people, such as the Calabaris, kicked against him, making Siminalayi Fubara the governor of Rivers State because he is from Opobo. Ijaw people knows that Opobo people are Igbo people and not Ijaw people. Ijaw people from Calabari, they talk say, they no want any Ijaw man from Opobo to be the governor of Rivers State because they see Opobo people as Igbo people because Opobo people are Igbo people. Governor Fubara speaks Igbo language very well. He no learner from Southeast. That is their language in Opobo. Other Ijaw people are saying that Opobo people are fake Ijaw people. That is why I said that whether the king of Opobo like it or not, if he like, make he turn the language of Opobo Kingdom to Ijaw language, they remain fake Ijaw people. They will never be seen as one people by other Ijaw people because other Ijaw people know say Opobo people not be Ijaw people. But they want to make sure that the language of Opobo change so that that place go they identify as Ijaw territory. May they call that place Ijaw territory now be waiting other Ijaw people want. But to see those Opobo people as one of their own na lie because they know say these people are Igbo people. Asari Dokubo himself will tell you that King Jaja of Opobo is an Igbo man and not an Ijaw man. He go tell you. Asari Dokubo himself is an Igbo man. His great-grandfather is from Obosi. He was captured and sold into slavery to all those Ijaw areas. After some time, his great-grandfather became free. Today, Asari Dokubo, a descendant of a slave boy, is now the king of Kalabari Kingdom in Rivers State. Asari Dokubo is the same with Opobo Kingdom. King Jaja of Opobo na Igbo boy where they capture from Imo State, come sell am into slavery. Today, King Jaja of Opobo founded a kingdom in that River State. That is the same way Asari Dokubo's family was captured from Anambra State, Obosi, taken to Ijaw land. Today, Asari Dokubo is the king of Kalabari Kingdom. So many kings in Ijaw land you see today, they are of Igbo origin. So many of them are Igbo people that were sold into slavery. Later in the future, they become kings. All those Ijaw community where they see, so many of them are of Igbo origin. When white people came to the Niger Delta, they said that majority of the tribes in the Niger Delta, that is all those Calabar side, all those Ijaw side, and so on, say they are mostly of Igbo origin. Say many of them, when they speak Igbo today for that place, say na Igbo people they be. Their origin is Igbo land. Asari Dokubo is an example. The king of Opobo, why do you want to change the language of your father from Igbo to Ijaw? E get any Ijaw people they threaten you to make sure say you change the language of Opobo from Igbo to Ijaw? Are they threatening you to change your language? The king of Opobo, what you did is very shameful. E dey very bad. Who no know say King Jaja of Opobo now of Igbo origin. Everyone knows that King Jaja is an Igbo man. As he settled for Opobo Kingdom, other Igbo slaves joined him there. He is of Igbo origin, and Opobo Kingdom is still speaking that Igbo language till date. Their culture and tradition is Igbo. Why is it that you that have Igbo origin, you that trace your ancestry to King Jaja of Opobo, you are trying to change the language of your place to please Ijaw people? You dey please Ijaw people when they see you as Igbo man. You are called a fake Ijaw. Other Ijaw people, they see the present King Jaja of Opobo as an Igbo man, not as an Ijaw man. So if you like, change the language of Opobo to Ijaw. You people are fake Ijaw people. You are Igbo people. You can never be Ijaw. If you like, change your language to Ijaw. You can never be Ijaw. And that is because the history is there. If I see Opobo person, my brother, they see. If I see Opobo people waiting at the scene, Igbo people. If they like me that they speak Ijaw, they be Igbo people. This thing they Opobo people hand. Opobo people should rise up and tell this their king to leave the language that they are speaking, which is Igbo, alone. Now only a people go fit stop their king if their king start to dey go to the wrong direction. As when a king talk say one change una language, when I tell am say no, say una language na Igbo and not Ijaw. One evil thing about kingship be say they don't talk, be say they don't talk. And that is the reason why my community Ogume will tell you that kingship is an evil practice. My community Ogume no go ever tell you say kingship na better thing. They are always saying that kings are evil to the society. For example, say Ogume get king now, the king go just say, we Ogume people, we not be Igbo people, we be Bini people. I want to introduce Bini language to Ogume. Make our children start to speak Igbo language. Make we start to speak Bini language. And because they share their king, they'll come to say, okay, our king don't talk, we love our Igbo language, we be Igbo people, but as our king talk say we be Bini people, make we accept them. No wahala, our king introduce Bini language to our schools, make our children start to speak Bini. Communities wey get king, now those kind of things they talk. Kings are just like slave masters, and their people are their slaves. This thing na fact. Any king for this life wey be say he no dey impose anything on him people. He dey rule him people just like papa and children dey live together. That is what we call king. The kings in Igbo land today, they no dey rule their people as slave and master. They rule their people as ayenchabo for ayenchabo one day. But this Opobo own, he wants to wipe out the language of his ancestry and impose the Ijaw language on his people. It's very bad. King of Opobo is very bad. Now bad thing they do so. Who are you trying to please? Are you trying to please Ijaw people? You get Ijaw people they threaten you to change the language of Opobo. You get money where they give you to change the language of Opobo from Igbo to Ijaw. Ijaw people they talk say, you Opobo people are fake Ijaws. They are not happy that Fubara is the governor of River State. How many Ijaw people stood with Fubara when they are fighting him to remove him as the governor of River State? Igbo in the southeast are the people that stood with Fubara. The president of Ohaneze Igbo, Senator Azuta Mbata, he stood firm for Fubara. He stand with Fubara, stand with and they defend them. Say nobody go remove him from being the governor of River State. Why Senator Azuta Mbata do like that now? Because Fubara is an Igbo man. Some people are saying that Fubara traced his ancestry to the palace of King Jaja of Opobo, saying to na royalty traced to King Jaja of Opobo. Some people they thought say Fubara is not related to the palace of King Jaja of Opobo. But that Fubara traced his ancestry to those Igbo people that founded Opobo with King Jaja. That is what some people are saying. So even if Fubara they bear all those Ibani names, he is of Igbo origin. Fubara speaks Igbo fluently. Opobo Opobo people na una hand the day. If una like, make una sit down, they look una king, make it wipe out the Igbo language una they speak, then impose the Ijaw language on you people. Una eye they open, they won't change una language. Because of say, una they practice kingship. Every community wey get king, make una dey pray, say, king wey una get for future, no go come change una identity, just like the king of Opobo Kingdom dey do so. The most important thing here is that, if una like, make una change the language of Opobo to Ijaw, Opobo remains a community with Igbo origin. The palace of Opobo Kingdom is of Igbo origin, so if they like, make they change everything about them to Ijaw people. Other Ijaw people will continue to see Opobo people as fake Ijaws, but Igbo people. Ishiagwari.
Oh yes. This brother, he has already said everything the way it is, and then he has given the details. The book is there online and offline. You can go and you can buy the book, the history concerning the Opobo Kingdom, the Ijaw, and the Opobo himself, Jaja of Opobo himself. We read about the history when we was in school in primary 6, thereabouts. So everything is there. But the funny thing about is today, people will come up, they will coil everything so that it will suit their slave masters. Because everything you see, as I already said it, that every king you are seeing is a slave. He's a slave to those who buys him. They place him for him to start to operate and to serve their masters in office, so that whatever they tell him, he will do, and he will do it against his own people. Now, in fact, that is why you see in Igbo land, they will tell you that Igbo enwereze, because they know what it means. Once you accept anything kingship, anything they say, that is how it is. That is how it is. And then you cannot doubt it and you cannot question them. And whether they are luring you in the right way or they are luring you in a wrong way, that is how they say, that's how it is. And then they used to use anyhow and they speak anyhow. How can you come up and they start trying to wipe out your father language, the language your forefather spoke, and in fact the language you yourself you are speaking right now in your own home, and then you are now trying to remove it out from the curriculum, out from the school, and out from the people's mind, mouth, and everything, and start teaching them Ijaw, claiming that you are Ijaw. All those things, it is not going to go very well with the people of the Opobo Kingdom. It's not going, because it's going to cause a very big problem, because those who don't know where they are coming from, they may not know, in fact they will not know where they are going. And that is the problem of those people who claim that they are the South. The name South is a political and is a government. So whenever they want to use you against your own people or against your own brother, they will find one thing or the other to give to you or to offer you, so that you will now start denying and lying against the truth. That is how all those things started in Nigeria, in everywhere around the world. And any place you see, people is finding it very difficult to identify themselves or to name themselves. All those things happen because of bribery and corruption, because of some people have already gone there to steal from the people's purse and them to lie against them. They know that. The truth is there for everybody to see. The truth is there for everybody to go and read by yourself and capture, and they see what is there. Most of all the South region you are seeing, most of those kingdoms you are seeing, most of them, they are a slave kings. After dropping them, some of them start ruling themselves, some of them start having their own kingdom, empire, and rest of it. Then today they join all of them. So the people that is the majority there, they will claim leader, or they will claim more kingdom, more than others. So if you don't have power to overcome the people that is with you, then they will overcome you, and then they will start ruling you. And then if you see the issue of Ijaw, Opobo, Bonny, almost all the parts you are seeing in the River State, most of them Ikwere, most of them they are Igbo, but because of politics, because of if they claim that they are Igbo, they are thinking of if they say now they are Igbo, they may not be giving them what they used to receive from the office or from the government hand. So that is why, even though the man which is called Wike, he knows all those things. He knows all those things. Though, and mostly the man called this Asari Dokubo. Sometime he will come out and start talking anyhow. So they are historians. They knows everything that is happening, and they know the reason, and they know where they are coming from. But because of to speak truth used to be difficult for some of them to speak truths. Although Asari Dokubo at times he used to talk the truth, but because of he want to get something from the government, then he will start denying his origin. So he may come out today and say that he's from Igbo. He may come out tomorrow and claim that he's not from Igbo, he's from this and that. So all of them, they know where they are coming from, and they know the reason why they are doing all those things is because of for them to get more power or more money from the government. Because if you claim that you are Igbo, so the government will start looking at you like their enemy. So what they used to give to them, it will reduce. Nobody will be collecting it anymore from other people. So that is the main reason of all those things. All of them knows themselves. And then, well, I'll tell you to stay by with this our channel. We give you the truth. We give you everything the way it is happening, and we give you all the news, trending and untrending, things that is going on in Nigeria and things that is happening around Africa and around the world. And in fact, don't skip and don't go anywhere. Anytime you see our video, try to watch it to the end, because it's full of a lot of good information and a lot of good things that you need to learn about. Our program here is not about hate, and it's not about division. It is not about to bring hate or to bring division among. It is about unity, love, peace, and progress for every ethnic group and everybody who is thinking of growth, any part he finds himself. And we are here to preach for justice, to call a spade, to call the white, and to call the black. So we are not here to preach hate or to instigate hate among each other. That is our job here. So try to like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for everyone to see the truth and to understand what is going on in Nigeria, in Africa, and around the world. So thank you for watching.